Got ourselves War versus Archie. First up for this duel, Archie gonna be first up over on team 2 with War on team 1 already popping in rank. That's gonna be Archie with big defenses and just making some damage happen versus fire. There goes the banner for the warrior. Got himself a Bladestorm together with Recklessness. That's also going to be Rage Regeneration. As he's popping himself a defensive, needs a bit of healing. It looks like he's going to be denied a lot of the healing. Archie, it was an early blast around the corner. Ghost Wolves are up and rolling onto War. Wolf does end up catching up on quite a bit of healing. I wonder if that's an impending victory, but it might not be enough as Archie does slam down the might of Thorium himself. Slamming down that warrior into the ground with Jesus rolling up next. Warrior down, but the Death Knight next for Team 1. Archie, big early blast into Jesus. And actually, didn't Death Knights just recently get nerfed? Isn't spell warding not as powerful as it used to be? On 4, Jesus popping off a full army of the undead versus Archie. Archie could be in big trouble. Not a lot of healing. Wait. Oh my goodness. He just rampaged him with a full army of the undead. I wonder if there was that executed goodness of Soul Reaper. Because he's playing tier set. This man's actually playing the tier set, trying to see if he can frenzy the pets, trying to see if he can spawn extra ghouls, trying to see if he might be able to make that Soul Reaper for free work. Still has Mirrors of Torment on, and with an AMS, he's going to be able to immune the Mirrors of Torment root, as well as the silence effect. As Jesus tried to keep the pressure rolling versus Fire Element. With a pet root afterwards, maybe even an interim. Jesus super low in health, doesn't go for the death pack, that cannot heal himself, but it's going to be Ice Block, does force the mage into the block, into a corner. With all those pets surrounding him. And the Death Knight is just looking to walk away from the mage, maybe get some recoup, wait until the necrotics are gone, and then recover some health, maybe by sacrificing the pet, or Lichborn Death calling himself back up to full. As Fireman looking for a reset and stealth, but I think he's not going to be able to. Or is he? Wait, I think he got it off. I think the shield is keeping him alive. Also, no triple shield Lego. So I wonder what Legendary Fire... Oh, actually, I know what Legendary Fire Element is playing. I'm not going to say it out loud, but I know what it is. At least I don't... I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. I can speculate, but I'm not going to speculate because I feel like that'll be too much of a give at this point. Stun. Actually, if you're watching this duel, in the comments, what Lego do you think this man's is running? If your best guess. It's really simple, and it's not what you think. It's probably not what you think, but it's more simple than that. Big grippy hand onto Fire Element. Combustion. Connor Rice, he's actually not in a good spot. Combustion back up in 7 seconds. He just find to survive. I think he's just dead. Yeah, the dots. The dots that come Cauterize just didn't end up letting him live long enough with Polymolly. As a Frost Mage up next, triple shielding on this boy. As he's trying to see if he can get a setup versus Jesus. Trying to see if he might be able to end up taking him out. Frozen Orb on one side, Blizzard on the other. Jesus trying to see if he can reposition out of it. Poly trying to keep an angle rolling, but that's going to be immediate chain of ice onto the Frost Mage in order to keep them in place. So Jesus is able to get himself a full flesh cut around the corner. I'm the worst mage. Nikos, you're fine. You're okay. You at least got the basic gist of what Frost Mage is all about. And that's what that matters, friend. That's all that matters. You know, you're not going to be able to do it like perfectly immediately. No one's ever able to do that. Going to be that Kyrian setup for Polymolly. Looking for big damage versus Jesus. Do they get a cast off? Trying to get him rooted out? Maybe Ice Lances? I don't know if that Kyrian burst did go through for Poly. But that's going to be all the time. So Poly should be okay on health. Should be able just to cast spells and Jesus get interrupted on Frost. So it's actually unfortunate. But the ultra type is going to let him reposition. The army of the dead is chasing after him. Jesus actually healing his ghoul for a second. I just saw him death call a ghoul. Why? That's so weird. But it's going to be that for that ice form not lasting as long as Poly wanted with an AMZ out of the Death Knight. Death Knights are really good when dealing against casters. This is going to be Jesus trying to see if he can just chop right through Poly. AMS is up. Jesus is using a lot of his defenses versus Poly really early. If Poly can ice block, reset, and recover, they might be in a fantastic spot. And that's exactly what Poly might be able to do. Triple shield is up with a quick slow into Jesus. Stun, going to be a trigger for Poly. Grippy hand is out. Jesus should be able to grip him back in there. Might be an ice block. And there goes the ice block as Jesus wants to go for big damage. He's just trying to ramp up, set it up. He still might be able to go for the Army of the Dead, but looks like the Death Knight is going to reposition. As he puts himself on the underside of the bridge. Looks like he's not going to stay with Poly. Poly's able to get some frostbolts onto the onto one of the undeads, as well as the Kevin Slime. So he's actually able to build up for a bit of resources. Chain of Ice by the Death Knight. Gonna be that Ice Form, immune to stuns for a bit. Nova onto Jesus, trying to get out of his range, could not get interrupted for a second. A-Bomb Limb is coming out, or A-Bomb's coming out. Again, try not to get interrupted, does get a juke out of Jesus. Maybe Polly can go for big damn. Potentially, Radiant Spark is up. He needs to go for it. He needs to make the damage happen. Frostbolt doesn't get it. Maybe potentially, oh no! I think that was a Soul Reaper. I think he actually got reaped. I think actually that was a Soul Reaper at the end, because I thought he was okay, blinked away, and then just kind of poofed. Unless it was the Army of the Dead. Just kind of leapt at him and bit at him. That's a tough one, dude. As a Frost Mage, Death Knight might be a hard counter. Might be one of the hardest matchup ever. G-Funk gonna be up next as an Undead this time around. Chopping up through Jesus as best as he can. Just trying to send the Eagles flying. As he's looking just to separate away from the guys as best as possible. Jesus kind of low in health, so is G-Funk is going to be diving into feign death for a second, give himself a bit of immunity. Going to be the Death Pact as Jesus summons the undead powers, just let it coalesce through his body. A little bit of a necrotic limb effect, you know, basically reconstituting some of the undead parts of himself just to bolster for himself for a moment of glory. But it's going to be a big explosion by G-Funk before the Death Knight could wait until the Crocs are gone. Wait, what the, whoa! Both of them jumped in. G-Funk, which one is he dealing with? Looks like both Arcanu and Braun, both to play. Gonna be G-Funk super low. I think he got bled up by the Feral as well as the Warrior. Try to see if he can freeze him. My goodness, G-Funk just had the biggest burst out of both of them. Wait, no, Braun did not berserk, but he did Feral Frenzy on him. So there was a bleed from a Feral. Maybe even a Necrolord Swarm too, for all we know. That was I think that might have forced too many defenses out of G-Funk. I don't know how he's gonna be able to play this one. Super unfortunate that happened. Same with Shaman. Frost deals nothing DK. Yeah, it's just they have like a range interrupt, AMS, AMZ, grippy hand from the Necrolord. It's just way too good to. It's a pretty big counter to mages, holy moly. There's some classes that hard counter each other. Not much you can do. Gonna be Arcano, get rooted in a second. G-Funk does escape from that execute. Is gonna be able to man these wounds with his bandages. As Arcano is still not giving G-Funk much of opportunity into a freezing trap. G-Funk get himself as much range. Arcano just needs one more execute and he'll have him stunned onto Arcano. Feign death by G-Funk, just trying to keep the pressure rolling. Arcano needs one way to reconnect to with the Hunter and you'll have him. G-Funk dropping down the grenade and pops on Arcano, gets him super critical low. Gonna be the Harpoon, keep it in play. Oh! Yeah, I can't believe it. G-Funk actually came back. Oh my god, that grenade setup was godly. That's gonna be full bleed, so G-Funk, there's nothing you can do against those. That's a full Berserk bleed. They nerfed the Berserk bleed, but it's still really good in PvP. It's still gonna be the play. Kal-El's gonna be up next versus Bruond. Trying to see if he can slice and dice through him. Gonna be that Barskin with it quick. Oh, Roar with the Cyclone attempt, but Kal-El does trick it out of it. Gonna be a trinket out of Bruond, as he doesn't want to sit stuns himself at all. Yeah, no interrupt out of the ropes. It's a freebie flash cut as he tried to kill Spree through the flash cut, still barely able to puncture it. 9 minutes of the duel. Quick gouge to the Feral. This is where Kal-El's gonna have to go for as much damage during stuns as he can. Outside of that, he just needs to slice and dice the Feral as best as possible. City strikes galore, as many dispatches as he can muster. He does play Necrolord, so he can go for back-to-back spikes. So count point generation is not an issue for him at all. As Bruon is going to be blinded. Kal-El maybe can go for a resap. Looks like he wasn't able to. I think he tried to cheap shot him, but he's so DR'd, it's not even funny. Bruon goes in for Frenzy Region while in Barra form, getting interrupted on Cyclone. We're just going to set up Bruon back a bit. And if Kal-El could go for a kidney shot, Bruon is about half his health. Maybe Emergency Frenzy Region. There it goes. Emergency Frenzy Region. He has nothing after it. Battle Master Trigger to give him a little bit more health. Barkskin. Is it going to be enough though? I don't know if it is. Oh no! Kal-El ends up getting him to half health. Even with a Battle Master Trigger giving you extra bonus health. You're done. It's over. Demon Hunter is going to be up next. Getting hit with a cheap shot by Kal-El. Potentially disarm. Wait, it actually came down to the last two on each team. Last one on team 2 is Kal-El, and last one on team 1 is Demon Hunter. Gonna be that I-beam as Kal-El goes with the Cloak of Shadows, as well as a trinket to reduce the magic damage he's taking even further. Lots of defenses all at once. As it gonna be a Sinful Brand by Demon Hunter. Maybe he can go for an I-beam onto Kal-El, extending Sinful Brand. Kal-El has a pretty big dot rolling on him. He can't really go anywhere. The Demon Hunter not given an opportunity to escape. The dot is still on him. Wait, Kal-El might just go down. Oh, Demon Hunter with a Sinful. That Sinful Brand, he was able to get a Sinful Brand extended a little bit longer. Rotted the Rogue down. Pretty good, pretty good. I love those when everybody gets a chance to play, boys. That was awesome.